Run Your Story family? This is Allison Gaillard with Run Your Story, where every story needs to be heard. And what a cool story you guys are going to hear, because it's where part of my story began. And so excited to share with you guys my friend Beth Raybon and her run story. And not only does her story impact her and her daughter, but also the community of Jackson, Alabama. And so very sweet, and just the memories that are there, and that it made Jackson move. It was so much fun to be part of that, and still are, even though we've moved away, as Beth shares in her story, that even though people moved away, things like that, like we still come together once a year and host Run to the Light, a local 5K, which is actually coming up on Saturday. So if you want something to do Saturday morning, after eating all that turkey, come join us in Jackson, Alabama for a 5K to benefit the local Women's Resource Center in Clark County. So it's an amazing race. It's so much fun and so scenic. Get to see a little bit of Jackson, Alabama. So thank you, my friend Beth. Thank you for what you do for the community, for your heart, and for, like I told you, because of you, there's Run Your Story. And so truly grateful for the impact you've made on my life. I am a runner because of Beth. So cannot wait for you guys to meet her and for her story. It is so sweet. It's just really sweet. So guys, this podcast is powered by Fresh Junkie Racing. I love those guys. They are absolutely amazing. They have 24 events that they manage, market, and produce across Louisiana, Georgia, Florida, Mississippi, Missouri, and our great state of Alabama. They create these moments to remember for 50,000 participants. Fresh Junkie Racing produces races that not only help in economic impact, but in charitable impact as well. Guys, I know I'm going to be at Mississippi Gulf Coast. I know I'm going to be at Louisiana Marathon, War Eagle Fest, and maybe some others. So go to their website. You can pull up all the races that are happening, even for 2024, 2025. Fresh Junkie is on it. And if you want a code, Run Your Story 15 will help save you some money, guys. Sign up for Fresh Junkie races. They are phenomenal. Guys, you can also find out more about them on their social media and their website, freshjunkieracing.com. Shout out to Fresh Junkie Racing and all that they do, the amazing events they put on, and my favorite one, Battleship 12K. So, guys, go to their website, sign up for their races. You will not be disappointed. All right, guys, lace up those running shoes, get ready, get set, and go listen to my friend Beth and her Run Your Story. Run Your Story is possible because of you, because this is where my run story starts, is with you. So this is a huge honor. Try not to get emotional as I think about it, because it has been such a journey and just all the memories that we have. And again, Run Your Story is because of Beth. So thank you for that, because you've made this impact in my life. So Beth,
grateful for our friendship.
Absolutely. What is your run story, my friend?
Well, it started back in 2012. My sister-in-law was part of a group called Feet for Jesus, and she was telling me how they were doing Couch to 5K and learning. They would meet and pray, and then they would prepare for a 5K. So in 2012, my daughter had just graduated high school and was getting ready to go to college. I thought, well, Couch 5K would be something fun we could do together. And so that summer, we started the Couch to 5K program. And then in January, we did our first 5K. And after that, I was just kind of hooked on running. And I got to thinking how it would be nice to have a group in Jackson like Feet for Jesus. And so I put it out there to see who was interested. And we started Gals for His Glory. And we met once a week. And we would have a little short devotion and pray and then do Couch 5K. And over the years, it kind of grew. We'd have different ladies come in. And then everybody started moving away. It got busy. Different people would get sick and stuff. So we don't meet anymore. But the friendships that we made during that time have remained.
Oh, absolutely.
They're strong Christian friendships.
Oh, man. Funny story. I don't know if you remember how you asked me if I would join Gals for His Glory. So we were at a parade.
Oh, yeah.
And our boys, for those that don't know, our boys are around the same age. They were the same grade. They hung out. You took them to Alabama games, and our boys have grown up together. And we were at the parade, and you were like, Allison, you're a cyclist. You should come run with us. And I was like, Elizabeth, I can't run from my front door to the mailbox. You're like, that's fine. And I was like, no. And you're like, no, but really you should. And you're very persistent. And I was like, okay, because, and this is something that you don't know. And that is because we hadn't been here long in Jackson, moving from Vermont. And I had been praying for a core group of women. I had been praying for that women that I knew that were my age or going through the same season of life I was going through, but also I knew the older season of women that I would need to be surrounded by as well as, and the younger. And that's exactly what Gals for His Glory was. I remember the first day I showed up, we met by the intermediate school.
At the pavilion.
Yeah, at the pavilion. And met there, and I was looking around and I was like, wow, there are so many different ages of women here. And you're right, like that connection. I think about, like, I love when our memories pop up on Facebook because I'm like, I remember that race. Like, I remember we did Azalea Trail together as a group. And
oh, yeah, we did a lot of local races, Azalea Trail.
Yeah. So it's just incredible. And like you said, those friendships have remained. It blossomed from running and it was rooted there, but it just grew. And yeah, it's incredible. So I thank you for that. I thank you for starting that, for saying yes, because I was terrified. And you're notorious for having a whistle.
That was always, when I was a little girl, my mama said, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I wanted to be a cashier with a silver whistle. So I never became a cashier with a silver whistle, but I did use my whistle during couch to 5.
You did, yes. And a lot of times we were like, can we hide the whistle? It was great.
Yeah, that was fun.
So let's talk about what are some lessons that you've learned from running?
I guess the biggest one is you're stronger than you think you are. I was never athletic growing up. My brothers used to call me Miss Klutz. I was very clumsy. But when I was 38, I found out I had high cholesterol. And I guess that's when I first started getting into exercise and stuff. But running proved to me, hey, if you can run a mile, if you can run a 5K, then you can do other things. So it's made me have more confidence when I go to the gym, to try new things at the gym, to do heavier weights, different classes, things like that.
I love that. That's amazing. So I got to know, what is your favorite race?
My favorite race is definitely the Azalea Trail.
Okay.
I love running through the streets of Mobile, the big trees, and I love how the community comes out and they cheer you on and they have signs and music. It's just the atmosphere of the Azalea Trail that I love so much. And it's not an unbearable distance. It's a challenge, but it's not unbearable. And there's so much to look at when you're running through that. Yeah. And when I think about Azalea Trail, it makes me think about Gals for His Glory. Every time I run, when I do Azalea Trail, I'm like, oh, I remember like this moment when this happened, you know? So for me, when I do Azalea Trail, it's what I think about is how we did this as a group. I love that. So pre-race routine, what does that look like for you? I don't know that it's a routine.
Okay.
But I'm very structured, so I lay my clothes out at night, make sure I have everything I need, light breakfast, almond butter toast, something like that. But one thing I always have to have is gum.
Oh, okay.
I have to have gum in my mouth to help me with my breathing and help me keep my mouth closed. So I have to have my gum.
Okay. Is there a certain kind of gum that you prefer?
No? Just, not big gum. Gum. I don't want it to make my jaws hurt.
That's fantastic. Okay, cross the finish line and you're done with a run. How do you celebrate post-race?
Oh, I just love finding all my friends.
Yeah.
How did you do? What did you think about this? And, socialize. To me, it's the social aspect of running also that I like.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Okay, I got to know, what is your favorite running item?
My watch.
Okay.
It keeps me accountable. It's kind of like that friend that aggravates you and pushes you. You're too slow. Your pace is too slow. Speed up. And drop below that. Speed up. So.
That's awesome. Yeah. Your watch does that. It tells you that.
Well, you can do
Yeah.
my fitness app.
Okay,
I mean,
gotcha.
run my fitness. Or
Okay,
whatever,
okay.
and it tells you
Got it.
below your pace speed.
I got it. Okay. Running shoes. What do you run in?
Brooks Adrenaline.
Okay.
I've pretty much ran in them since I started running 10, 11 years ago, and they're my favorite.
Wow. Okay. I like it. Running fuel. You mentioned gum, but as you progress for longer distance, is there anything that you like to take with you to fuel?
I've only done a couple of really long races.
Okay.
But most of the time I just drink Plexus. They're active. We just like Spark, like natural energy drink or some kind of pre-workout.
Mm-hmm. So okay.
Probably before we get ready for this half, you need to give me some tips. I don't know what kind of fuel I need. So.
Oh, that's awesome. Let's talk about a favorite running memory.
So in 2018, several of the gals for Glory decided we were going to do a half marathon. We did the Big Beach one in Gulf Shores.
Okay.
And my friend Susan and I were like, okay, well, we run about the same pace. We're going to do this together. We'll finish together. And we did, but we had fun. If there was somebody on the side that had stopped and they were sitting down or something, we'd go over and talk to them and encourage them. There was a lady who had hurt her ankle. We went and talked to her, encouraged her. And we just had the best time talking and laughing the whole 13 miles. So our pace wasn't great, but we enjoyed it.
Oh, I love that. That doesn't surprise me at all about you and Susu. Not at all. Oh, it's amazing. You talked about your pre-race meal being toast and almond butter. Is there something once you cross the finish line, you're like, this is what I want to eat?
I guess if it's a morning race, I like a big breakfast,
Ooh.
like waffles and stuff.
Okay.
But other than that, I really don't have a favorite meal.
Okay. Breakfast, brunch time. Okay. I like it. Do you listen to running music?
I do. I prefer contemporary Christian, Mandisa, something like that. Lately, I've been using on Pandora, there's a running app.
Ooh, okay.
Running music. And it's like pop, hip hop.
Yeah.
But it helps me with my pace.
Sure. Ooh. Okay. I like that. Favorite recovery tool? Do you have one?
I don't.
Oh.
And you're probably going to say that. I'm not real good at stretching or anything after I run. So
Join the club. I'm with you. Favorite cross training activity? You talked about going to the gym. Okay.
I enjoy group fitness classes.
Okay.
Right now, I go to the Extreme Fit class at Life here in town. And it's a total body workout, strength training. And then they also have Pound, which I really like. Where it's like dancing and drumming.
That's right.
And
That's right.
It's a lot of fun.
You're like, let's take back that name, Miss Klutz. I am not that.
That's right. I may be a beat, but everybody in the moon.
Same girl, same. Okay. What has been a race that you're like, I don't think I'll do that one again?
The Pensacola Double Bridge 15K.
Really?
Well,
okay.
I hate birds. I mean,
That's
I really hate birds. And when we were running that race, there were birds all along the bridges, and I was scared to death they were going to attack me.
Really?
So I will not run that race again because of the birds.
Too many birds.
Too many birds. Liz bad. I mean, that's the truth.
Wow.
Sorry.
What advice would you give somebody who wants to start running?
That your pace doesn't define you. You're still a runner no matter how slow you are.
That's right.
That it's basically your story. You know, it's for your health, and that's why we run. It doesn't matter if you're a 8-minute mile or a 13-minute mile.
That's good. I like that a lot. Okay, so you've mentioned a half marathon coming up. Any other goals for running that you have?
Just that I'm getting older, and so I don't want to stop. There have been times in my life where I've maybe run consistently, and then I'll drop off for 6 months or whatever. But now that I'm back into running again, I want to continue to do it. Going into my older age so that I can play with my grandchildren or whatever.
And take her running with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Do you have a mantra for when the runs get hard or you don't want to go?
Mainly, I just pray. I use the time I'm running, especially if I'm by myself, to pray for my family, my friends. If I'm running through Jackson and I see somebody I know, I might pray for them. If it gets tough and I'm struggling, it's just God help me finish strong. You know.
I absolutely love that. Oh, what has been your favorite length to run, whether for a training run or for a race?
I like the 5K.
Okay.
It's a good workout, but you're not just, if you have a 5K in the morning, you're not just completely wiped out all day long.
Yeah.
You can still function. Because after a 10K or after this half, I'm worn out.
All right. When you're not running, what do you like to do?
Like fun-wise, exercise.
Whatever you like to do.
I guess just spend time with family and friends. Reading a lot. I like psycho thrillers.
Do you really?
Yeah.
I am shocked by that, Elizabeth.
Yeah. And then I also like Southern dramas. Christy Woodson Harvey has some books about a family of ladies, because my family's primarily women. And so her books talk about the women in the family and how they relate to each other. I like that kind of stuff too.
So fun fact about your family that I absolutely love. The women wear red lipstick. Like, that's just amazing. I love, it's like a signature look. I love that. So much fun. One of the cool things that Gaillard vs. Glory started, which is one of the reasons why I was like, listen, we got to do this. We got this, because there's a 5K coming up, which is coming on its what year?
This will be the 11th race.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. So let's talk about it. So the name of the 5K is?
It's Run to the Light. This year we're doing a color run, which we did that last year. This
so
is
much
our
fun.
second year to do a color run. And it's to benefit the Alpha Women's Resource Center here in town, which is a pregnancy center. And they do fatherhood classes and different things.
So the whole idea came about, we were running one day, and at the time I was on the board, and I was like, Elizabeth, we need money for the Women's Resource Center. We should do a 5K. And so we were running, and all of a sudden I hear, I got a name. And I was like, what are we talking about? I'll never forget that, because we were down by, what's the name of that? By the Ark. Yeah. We were running in that area. Yeah, so we were running in that area. I'll never forget that. We were and you're like, I've got the name. And so it used to be a night race.
Yes.
And so it was big, low theme and everything. But it was always in August. It was so hot. So hot. So I'm really excited that it's this month. And it's next Saturday.
Yeah, the 25th. So hopefully we'll have a lot cooler weather.
That's right. Or much better at least than August.
Yes, much better than August.
So I love it. It's been so cool to watch just the ladies just continue to come together. Again, this race, while yes, it's the Women's Resource Center and that's who it's supported, the Gaillard vs. Glory always come back to help for this race.
And help put it on. Do the food, everything.
Yeah, it's incredible. So how do people sign up if they want to sign up for the race?
They can go to webscore.com.
Okay.
Registration is open until Friday night at midnight, I think.
Okay.
And then they can register day of. We'll be there probably 7:15 to start registration, and the races start at 8.
Okay. And the race is starting where?
At Legion Field here in Jackson.
Dude, that's awesome.
Jackson High School football field.
Yay! It's such a beautiful route. It's so much fun. So when it comes to this, obviously we want to say thank you to those that support, that sponsor this race, that put it on, so that they make it possible. And you guys last year was so much fun with the color run. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, give me all the colors. So job well done.
Real success.
Yeah.
So hopefully this year will be fun.
Absolutely. Any final words of wisdom, my friend?
Just be an encourager. You never know who might need a smile or a friendly word, whether it's during a race, whether it's just at the grocery store, whatever. Be an encourager.
I absolutely. And you do such a great job being an encourager. Absolutely great job.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
And this is why I absolutely love the running community, because you never know the impact that your running journey, your story will have on someone else, on even a community. And that is what I love about running, because as Lizbeth was just doing this with her daughter, it then turned into a community running group, and spectacular, like so much fun. and truly thankful for what running has brought into my life through Lizbeth. And so thank you, Lizbeth, so much for sharing your story and for reminding us that your pace is it's not that big of a deal, like your pace doesn't define you, your community does. And so I love that so much because I am blessed to be part of such a great running community. And I'm just so thankful. I learned something from everyone that comes on this podcast or at runs whenever we get to talk to people after or before. It's just amazing, the stories, guys. Like, you are all incredible runners and incredible human beings, and I'm so thankful for knowing you, and I'm better for knowing you. So thank you, Elizabeth, so much for sharing your story and the impact again that you've made on my life and the running community just at large. It's amazing. Guys, again, huge shout out, so much, so grateful for Fresh Junkie Racing, that they believe in Running Story Podcast. We believe in the events they put on. Cannot wait to see them at more events and cross the finish line and get that bling, because their bling is legit. Oh, so much fun. Guys, make sure you go check them out at freshjunkieracing.com. Also go to their social media pages. They do a fantastic job there as well. Such a great group of people that give so much to the running community and for nonprofits. Like, they're just amazing human beings. As always, thank you so much to Gaillard Tech Services for giving us the opportunity to be able to share stories, because he does all the editing, and any of my mistakes that I make, he covers them up. Appreciate it. He's fantastic. He makes our website look great. So thank you, Greg Gaillard from Gaillard Tech Services, so much for what you do and for who you are. And as always, Mars Hill, thank you so much for giving us a safe place to be able to record. Even though this time we recorded in Jackson, I love that Mars Hill is there, always willing and open for the doors for us for Run Your Story. They believe in the running community, and I think that is beautiful. Guys, like, share, comment. So much fun reading your comments when a podcast comes out. It's amazing, and truly thankful for you and what you give back, because we love to hear from you. And don't forget, you can totally go sign up to become a Patreon supporter. We would love to have you on board as part of the Patreon community. And you can find us there on Patreon as well. And you can also go to our website, runyourstory.com, to become a Patreon supporter. Thank you again, Lizbeth, for sharing your story and for who you are as a runner and a person. Just love you to pieces, my friend. Can't wait to see you on Saturday at the 5K. And guys, it's not too late to sign up. Go sign up. It's going to be so much fun. Nice little color run. It's going to be a blast. Again, in Jackson, Alabama, and there's so much fun to do up there besides run. So definitely go sign up. Thank you guys for listening to Lizbeth's Run Your Story, and cannot wait to see you on the pavement. Go run your story, because every story needs to be heard.